friends. Today we're going to discuss about the issues of unemployment among graduates in Malaysia. First of all, we know nowadays many graduates doesn't have a job within 6 months after their grad. So according to Halim, in article Unemployment Among Graduates in Malaysia, the unemployment figures have increased from 2.6% in 1996 and 3.7% in 2009, and the total percentage are still above 3% until the year of 2013. It's based on Department of Statistics in Malaysia. There are also empirical evidence the number of unemployed graduates in Asia increased every year from 1996 to 2015, and based on ASEAN Community 2015, a managing integration for better jobs and shared prosperity reports employment growth has slowed in ASEAN in recent years, although in 2012 employment grew by 1.9%. So what about your opinion, your issue this article, from the article?
Thank you, my friend. I have found in article of bernama graduates who have completed their studies in 6 months are among the current 1,400 unemployed individuals in the country, said Minister in the Prime Minister Department, Abdul Rahim Omar. He said, according to statistics, 161,000 graduates, or 8.8% of youths aged between 20 and 24 years, had yet to find a job, despite the launching of several programs by the government to increase jobs.
By the way, I will add some point from Afi. From the Nandini Balakrishnan, from the article mentioned fresh grade can't get job because they have a program published by Nandini Balakrishnan. The Malaysian Employers Federation (MEF) said that in the year 2016 alone, there were 2,000 unemployed graduates in Malaysia. The number does not include the ones that have just completed their SPM, diplomas, or a degree, or other certificate program. What's your opinion about the employment in Malaysia?
From what I get, the point is, according to the survey based on 2015 numbers, when the national unemployment figures was at 2.1%, the unemployment rate among youths was about 10.7%, 3 times the national average. Thailand and Singapore have a higher ratio of youth unemployment compared to their national average at 4.4 times and 3.9 times respectively.
Excuse me, may I interrupt your discussion?
Yes.
Among the youths in the workforce, the percentage of those unemployed is higher among those with a tertiary education compared to the ones without a tertiary education. In 2015, of the 450,000 youths with tertiary education, or 15.3% were unemployed. Compare this to the unemployment among these without a tertiary education, where out of the 2.162 million youths without tertiary education, only 9.8% were unemployed.
So thank you. Then some information what I get is the annual report which cited a study by the Ministry of Education that stated that only for 53% of the 273,373 graduates in 2015 were employed within 6 months of graduating. Another 18% opted to pursue their studies, while 24% were unemployment. So in terms of the salaries, 54% of graduates who were employed earn less than 2,000 ringgit Malaysia a month. Put in a nutshell, only half of those who graduate are able to secure a job, while a quarter are jobless 6 months after getting their screws. And of the graduates who have secured a job, about half are earning less than 2,000 ringgit Malaysia. So that is what I get from
So what can we conclude, Afiq?
Okay, I think in conclusion, the graduates must the graduate must have experience in to find a job, such as before the graduates find a job, the graduates must have the experience in other jobs.
Maybe the graduates must have a part-time job.
Yes, maybe part time or sometimes jobs. Okay. Two, the graduates must have soft skills such as the power of grammar in English, because before we enter the works, the graduates must be to entire the interview. So the interview must be powerfully of English successfully. Okay, this is my conclusion.
So that's all for today. Thank you.